family, welcome to yet another valuable video. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're actually on the markets right now, and I really want to show you how I've been actually analyzing it, how I've been getting these trades every morning. I'm trading DEX at the London Open, and I really want to take you through my thought process in this video to really show you, and hopefully by the end of the video you can take a lot of value on how you can implement this every morning on GER30. I am holding back nothing, so make sure you also subscribe, like this video. Definitely I'm gonna need your utmost attention. We're gonna break down structure, and I'm gonna show you every time how you can do it for yourself. If you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced trader watching this video, this suits every type of trader out there. So in fact, we're just gonna jump on the screen right now. Just before we can dive in on the chart, if you're looking for the best broker out there, the best trading experience, well, go no further than with our partner broker XM. If you want to trade with them, there's a link below. What's going to happen when you open an account with them for the very first time, they're going to give you $30 free, and of course when you deposit, they're going to give you 50% bonus on top of your deposit. One of the best tight spreads when you're trading news or any style of trading is more than welcome when you're trading with this broker. So make sure you click the link in the description of the video to open an account with them. God bless. Let's jump on. Okay family, as you can see, this is the setup that we took today. It's also available in the Discord. I do send my setups in the mentorship Discord. If you're ever interested in being part of us, in fact, you should be part of us, because it's really gonna bless you. It's really gonna lift you up when it comes to trading and take your trading to the next level. It's lifetime access to our content in terms of educational content, as well as in being in the Discord group where I send my setups, my trade every time. It's not just limited to trading DEX. We trade every pair, every currency, every index out there. When it comes to trading family, you will be able to do it on your own. Okay, so definitely click the link in the description of the video to go to our website and start learning right now. So as you can see by this trade family, is that it was a very simple trade. As you can see, we are tapped into the demand here, but of course I don't just want to show you that. I want to break it down a little bit much better than what I actually did. So I'm going to scrap off every single thing right here, and I'm just going to reset my chart view so that it can show you exactly what I was seeing when I started up on this. So as you can see, we are actually in a very nice bullish trend over here. As you can see, it's been quite very much bullish when it comes to DEX. We did have this pullback, and of course from this pullback then we did have now the market creating higher highs. So I was expecting now it to go back all the way there, but I was now willing to take my profit at the H1OB. I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. So since we've established structure, what am I basically saying to you? Each and every morning when you're about to trade DEX or you're about to trade any pair, the first thing that you want to do is go to the H1 if you're going to be trading intraday. In fact, this is based on intraday trading rather than swing trading. I'm not much of a swing trader. So yes, again, the H1, it's best to pick your trend bias. So in this case, this was my trend bias, and I'm gonna just zoom in for you guys here. So once I've established my trend bias, the next thing was just to mark exactly in terms of the trend bias. So if you can see here, this last higher low that pushed the market higher there, or that created that impulse, was this point here that it was responsible for that. So this point was a supply, and of course this supply was responsible for this push up of the market that created this impulse right here to the upside. So this impulse, of course, really gave me confidence to say we're still pushing all the way up, even though someone could have seen something else where they will say, well, we took liquidity on this high. I was able to see it and say we actually breaking structure to the upside, right? And the reason why I'm saying that I didn't actually look at it from a selling point, otherwise I could be still waiting for a trade right now. It's because this was the last higher low. If the market broke this last higher low, then that is what we call a change of character. Okay, I am not going to rush into it. I just want to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if that is the last higher low and the market breaks it, then we can now be looking into this is a market structure shift, right? Where we're actually anticipating that the market is now turning around all the way to actually sell. So, but it didn't actually do that. Therefore, I was still confident that we are in a bullish market. I just want to, reverse all of this now, what I did here. So let's go back. Okay, so this was a demand. Sorry, I put a supply, guys. Let me just correct it. So we had this demand over here. I'm sure some of you guys are already typing in the comment section. It's a mistake. Okay, and of course, as we get over here, we can see that in terms of structure here, it was still very much bullish even when it touched that. We're creating higher highs and higher lows. So we're still breaking internal structure over here. What do I mean by that is that there were other breaks of structures based on a smaller or micro structure in terms of here. So I could have highlighted that as a break of structure instead of this. So let's say we're getting rid of that, and of course I also took that and said this is my break of structure. Be patient, guys, when you watch educational videos. I know I could be going faster, but I wanna go at the pace that even beginners can understand what I'm doing, right? So breaks of structure after we've identified that this was pushed to the upside. Now what caused this whole push to the upside here? What caused this impulsive move on the market? It was this higher low right here. So I took that higher low. So I'm just gonna go back now and show you. Begin to take this higher low and stretch it across there. And how do you take demand levels or supply levels? I've done it in my Smart Money Beginners course. Go ahead, after you watch this video, go ahead and check out more videos that we've done on this channel. Hence, you should also subscribe to this channel. I mean, this is your #1 educational channel over here. So as you can see, this was the last higher low. So that caused this impulse. So I took that, and of course that's our demand level. And we can now just highlight it and say that's a demand level. And as you can see, this market just tapped in beautifully into this demand level. But there's more stuff that I began to do. I will now go to the M15. So this is how I usually just break it down every time. I went to the M15. Now, instead of me putting my stop loss and entry based on this, for example, the beginning, I will have to put it somewhere below here. This was going to be a bit much to trade. Okay, this was going to be a little bit too much for me to actually handle with trading indexes, especially if you're trading prop firms. Now there's a nice way that I actually spot it. Two ways that you can actually refine your demand level. You can use a Fibonacci, so at the top of your demand level all the way, and you can look forward to taking your entries on the 0.5. That is also one of the best ways to do it. Or you can actually look for a refined demand zone within your demand area. Okay, for example, I just took the last push there to the upside. Okay, so this candle here before the market pushed up, this was the last bearish candle, and I stretched it all the way. And as you can see, the market now tapped into this area here. Okay, tapped into this area quite beautifully as we now going up. And of course, as you can see with the screenshots that I want to provide, that is my MetaTrader entry. And of course, it was exactly right. Even though spread shifted it a bit up, but that was the entry that I got. And of course, as you can see, we're now plotting our entry based on it spiking. So as it started to spike, that is how we took the entry. Okay, so then the stop loss is much smaller, and when they SL is much smaller, it makes the take profit or the risk toward ratio even more. Okay, so as you can see now, instead of it being something like this, where it could have been 1:3, it's actually now more to say it's actually now 1:7. Okay, because this is where we just hit take profit. I was aiming at this areas right here. Let me just show you. Okay, let me just, so this was the final take profit, and as you can see, this was a 1:7 instead of it being a 1:3, with a bigger stop loss and a small risk toward ratio, especially trading indexes. So this is the way that you can actually do it each and every time. I did catch a trade yesterday, so prior to this trade we did actually catch sells, and I also want to break it down for you. I will also show you that sell on my MetaTrader, and I'll break it down for you. But this was absolutely beautiful, right? So I'll put the sell right now and show you. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and now break it down for you on the chart. So that is my thought process each and every time when I go on the chart. I look at the trend, and I'm gonna show you how I also saw the sell. So I'm gonna remove everything now. The sell, as you can see, we got it right after this market started to spike. So according to our strategy, we have a unique strategy apart from what I'm showing you right now that shows us when the market is going to buy or sell. In terms of DEX, we do have what we call a DEX strategy, or German breakfast, as we call it in the group. So it will show us directions, but we mix it together with smart money to actually show us where exactly we can actually take our entries. Okay, so now this actually spiked up. So there was this high here. I'm gonna go to the M5. Okay, and we're gonna go here, and I'm just gonna, there was this high right here. Okay, that could have indicated that we are now breaking structure based on that push to the upside. But what had ended up happening, this was not enough confluence, because as you can see, the market is exhausted its push to the upside. It was quite steep, so I don't like trading steep markets. So be aware of markets that are steep. You cannot buy when the market it's at its highest. It's definitely going to pull back in order to actually now build up more strength to push to the upside, right? So since it had quite a very steep bullish market, I was not looking forward to break and retest or demand levels here. I was not looking at actually buying, or rather I was actually looking for sells. So once the market actually changed and broke this low that facilitated the break of structure over here, that was now a change of character for me. Okay, so let's just do it over here, change of character. So now that we had the change of character, I was now even sure that we're actually gonna be selling. Even though according to textbook method, I must wait for the change of character and then actually enter a trade. So my trade could have actually looked something like this, where I wait for the market to kind of fill in any entry method that we use. For example, here there was a fair value gap. There was a fair value gap, and the market filled that and sold. But this, I would call it what we call, in fact, ICT calls it silver bullet, right? So as soon as it took that, provided that we had a steep market, as soon as it took that high over there, I began to sell over here. Okay, that is where my entry was. So I began to enter the trade based on it taking that high and also being it exhausted that bullish market, and this is how I actually close that trade. So as you can see, the screenshot only ends up to this point right here. So I didn't put an automated take profit, I just closed it manually. And of course the stop loss, we can now put it above there. So it was a huge stop loss, but nevertheless, this is the way I entered the trade. But if you're gonna enter it based on textbook method, right, you're gonna want it to, you know, break that structure, come back all the way and fill in either the previous structure as a breaker, or you can actually look for other methods out here. And of course, if you're confused exactly where will the market mitigate, which trading method or entry to use, I mean, we do have our advanced trading course that can really eliminate all of that confusion when it comes to trading. So that could have been another entry. I do believe some of my students did take another entry here, okay, based on this, and the market even dropped further. Okay, so but this was the initial entry that I took. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As I said, guys, when it comes to DEX, it's something that works every time for me. It works. It's quite rare that I actually get losses because I have specialized in it now for some time. I know its ins and outs. So if you're looking for a strategy as well that really can go deeper, just from what you learned from this video, definitely our community is where you can actually find this. But nevertheless, I hope you gained a lot of value from just watching what I just showed you right now, and try to implement it. You learn by repetition, you learn by imitation. So definitely, if you can just take what I did and now try to apply it on your chart, I believe you can grow as a trader. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and also share this video with your friends and family. We are out.